For a few years now, I've been having dreams that somehow they've come to pass. It wasn't until last year, starting in January, when I had a vision, I was awake when this happened, that I started having varied dreams related to events. I dreamed in September of 2017, on September 2nd, I dreamed with a very specific date, which is September 23rd, 2018. Just black background and in white letters. I could read the month, September, and then numbers 23, and then 2018. And then I woke up. That was my dream. It was just a date. That's all I saw. So I had this series of dreams that had to do with a huge tsunami and floods. I dreamt I was in this building, inside the building lobby. It's a big building. I can see from the inside, I can see the outside because the entrance is all glass. So all of a sudden, I see the biggest wave I've ever seen. It was the size of the building or bigger. Coming towards the building, I see people start running, panicking, and I'm just standing there, just watching. And as the wave approaches and it's about to hit the building, I wake up. A few days later, I have the same dream. I'm in the same building. This time, I see a big dark cloud. It looks like a mist cloud or a smoke cloud, and it starts approaching the entrance of the building. And it got into the building. People the same. People started running and panicking. I'm just standing there watching. Everything gets dark inside, and I only hear an alarm that comes from the speakers. It's a female voice, and she says, "The building structure has been compromised." She said that twice, and after she said that, I woke up. And next dream is me driving my truck in Florida, and I'm driving my truck, and then all of a sudden, I get carried by the water. And I'm not driving anymore. My truck is being dragged by water. It's like a river of water. And I get out through the window and I climb to the roof of the truck. As soon as I see a roof of a house, I jump to the roof from my truck to the roof of the house. And this family that I don't know, they give me refuge. Like they stay with me there on the roof. The water level was to the roof of the homes. The next dream I have, I'm standing at the shore of a big sea. All I see is tsunami waves coming towards me from far. And then they start getting closer. And then as they start getting close to me, I wake up. Next dream I have, I'm in a city. And I know I'm in New York. I'm at a street level. I don't see any nature around me. I just see buildings. But everything's flooded. The buildings are popping out of the water. What confirmed to me in the dream that I was in New York, I saw the tip of the Chrysler building, that top part, that curve. I saw it there in the background, and where everything was flooded. And that was after dreaming of that date of September 23rd, 2018. Now, recently, in January, I dreamt with another date. The night that I dreamt with that date, which is Wednesday, March 7th, now this time I didn't dream with a year. That same night before I had this dream, I dreamt with a 3-word message. It was a black background and in white letters, there was a 3-word message. That's what I could see in the dream. Right after this dream, I had the dream of Wednesday, March 7th, where I'm looking at a newspaper. I see the date, March 7th, and then in one of the articles I read Wednesday. I'm drawn to reading that word. Everything else in the article is blurry. The only clear word I read is Wednesday. And then in the dream, I skip a line in the paragraph in the article, and I read that same word again, Wednesday. I wake up, and I'm trying to remember the 3-word message that I dreamt on that same night before the March 7th date. And I can't remember the first 2 words, but the only word I can remember is the last word, which is Russia. That's the word that I dreamt with. I check my calendar, just to check when March 7th would fall this year, 2018. When I checked, it does fall on a Wednesday, just like I had dreamt. I was surprised by that. And I checked, next year, the following year, And this won't happen again until 2029. And fast forward a few days later, I have a dream. In the dream, I have a missed call on my phone from a pastor. And I check my phone and I see the missed call, I see his name, and I see the time, which is 8:15 a.m. As soon as I'm checking that and I see the time, a black and white picture of New York pops up on my phone. All I see is buildings, and they're in bad shape, like something has struck them. And I could see black smoke coming from some of their windows. It was clear. After I saw that, I woke up. Fast forward a few days later again, I dream. I'm in New York again. And throughout the dream, the scenery changes. I'm in different places in New York. But since it started, all I'm doing is coughing, trying to catch my breath. It's like there was something in the air that wouldn't let me breathe properly. Then I woke up. The next night, I had that same dream, but this time it was not New York. It was Tennessee. And throughout the dream, the same. I'm just trying to catch my breath. I'm coughing. My throat is getting all congested with fluid. That's what I felt. So I don't know if it's something chemical or a virus or anything related to that. And I had many other dreams. So I just wanted to compress all that in one. It started all back in January of 2017, where I had my first vision. I was awake. I saw Jesus in the clouds. I was standing up, looking up on a green field. I'm looking at the sky. It's a blue sky, white clouds, and he's by the clouds. And he has his arms wide open, his feet straight down. He's wearing white. His face is shining like the best way I can describe it. It's that story that is in the Bible that talks about the Mount of Transfiguration, where Jesus transfigured. And the Bible says that his face shone like the sun. It was just rays of light emanating from his face. There was no sun. There was no moon. He was that light. I also want to share that the dates that I've given in this video are not for the end of the world or the second coming of Jesus, but rather I believe they are related to events that will soon come to pass. As we know, Jesus said in Matthew 24:36 that of that day and hour knows no man but his Father only. Other dreams that I can include besides all that I've shared so far are one of Trump giving a speech outside, giving orders on which days each person needs to worship on. I have also dreamt with concentration type camps here in the States. Also dreamt of military type drones flying at low altitudes. I also forgot to add that when I had that dream with the word Russia, that a few days later, I woke up in the middle of the night hearing the words threat of invasion. This may be a bit off topic, but I also dreamt of an attack or an accident that had to do with a bus involving children in England where 52 people died. I've also dreamt where I'm at the edge of a crater where I can see lava at the bottom of it, maybe this being related to some type of volcano eruption. And lastly, I wanted to share with you the last dream I had. I was in a room high up in a building, maybe in the 15th floor because of the view I saw in the dream. I'm sitting at the edge of a bed looking outside through a big window to the New York skyline at night. I can see old buildings and streets with their lights on. And in the dream, I can see myself and another man who is sitting next to me. He has his hand on my shoulder. He's wearing white. I knew in the dream he was Jesus. And he had grayish brown hair. That's the best way I can describe the color. It's a color I've never seen before. And I'm in the back of the room looking at the back of me and the back of him. I could not see his face. It's like I was watching from afar. And I felt in the dream that he wanted to show me and see the skyline and the city, maybe confirmation of my other dreams, and to keep an eye on this city for the things to come. I believe that this year will bring events to a level we have not witnessed before. I pray that this video be a blessing to those watching and that God gives us the wisdom and understanding and also the discernment we need, especially during these times. May God bless you all.